Ladies and gentlemen,
Are you recording?
boys and girls, anybody who identifies as anything, welcome to the Amateur Half Hour Podcast, a recap of X on the Beach Season 3, starring Mark Jansen, Marie Rhoda,
Not
and
yet.
yours truly, Devin Walker. Thank you for joining us. Before we get started, we have a couple sponsors that we need to shout out. Official sponsorship, Devin Walker. Where Devin Walker, okay? On Instagram, Twitter, BuzzFeed, all of the above. Buy my
Is that
clothing.
your official logo?
This is a really bad version of the logo.
I was going to say, I was like, yikes.
That kind of looks like the bat symbol in a weird way. This is not the official logo, but it's a work in progress.
I like it.
Yep, this podcast is also sponsored by Mark Jansen Fitness. If you want to get fit and you want to be smart, get fit with my man Mark. Thank you. Just thought of that.
I love that. My motto is change your mindset, change your lifestyle, but yours is a little more catchy, Devin, so I may have to think about switching.
In the event that you would like to change your mindset, I encourage you also to change your lifestyle. Chicken or the egg, hashtag Mark Jansen Fitness. Also, we also have one other sponsorship. A typhoon of the beverage industry reached out to Marie this week, and
Michelob Ultra in the building.
95 calories, 100% fun. Michelob Ultra.
Yeah.
So now, without further ado,
Here we go.
welcome.
Anne Marie's gone, so we did the intros, and Marie has disappeared.
Per usual, this is going to be a shit show. Me and Mark both had big episodes,
Yeah.
and Mary is yet to wash up on the beach. This was one of my all-time favorite episodes of reality TV ever, and it's not
Speaking
just
of which, okay.
Wait, I just need to say this. This is
Go
the
ahead.
episode, and Devin tweeted it perfectly, that started a beautiful friendship. This episode right here.
There it is.
And Marie hates
as a
us.
viewer, don't know what you're talking about, so we'll get.
We'll
get to
explain
that.
it. We'll
Honestly,
Okay.
I can't wait to fill you in because
Wonderful.
the behind the scenes of episode 2 are
It's a lot.
tier.
A lot.
Top tier.
Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Overall, what do you think about the episode?
Rating scale, I'm going 8.8.
I was gonna go
8.
I was gonna go 8.6, but
I'm going high 8.
I always need the 6 in there. But it was a good episode.
Yeah.
Mhm.
As someone who doesn't like to watch TV unless I'm on TV, I actually enjoyed watching it, and it went by very, very quickly. So that's always a good sign.
It did. It
Did you
did.
guys feel like the commercials weren't that long either? Was that
They weren't that long, no. Because I hopped on live with Michi, and it's like boom, it was like right back on.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a new thing that the network is doing, or if it's just for the show, or if I'm just like a total narcissist and I feel like the commercials go by faster when I know I'm going to be on TV.
Good chance.
But either way,
A little
I
of
felt
everything.
like, probably a little bit of blend of that. I really do feel like it was just kind of a smooth sailing episode, and I do weigh that in my rating scale. Not just content from me and Mark Jansen. It's also,
As a whole.
the presentation as a whole. Yeah.
As a whole. And
Yeah.
it was great.
Personal ratings. So I'd like to
The
segue
whole
into that. I got a
the whole
question for you, Marie. Where do you rate me and Mark Jansen? Scale of 1 to 10. Performance in week 2's episode. Where are we?
I'd call it an 8.
For both of us, rookie score, no decimal.
I mean, if you want it decimal, I'd call it like a 7.7.
Now
For
you're
both of
going down.
But what about what about
Am I?
one
Am I
rating?
supposed-
Yeah.
wouldn't I be
What,
going up then?
7.7 is less
Yeah.
than 8.
what about one rating for me and one
I
for
know.
Mark? Like who got what you got to tell us our ratings separately. You're on the spot, Marie. This is a
Yeah,
live
but
podcast.
Are you like trying to like get a joke out of me right now? Because
I was
Maria-
hoping that you weren't gonna fall for low hanging fruit here. I'm serious. Where do you think we are? I feel
I
like
don't
my
know.
Jansen, I'm
I
giving
think
myself a 9.4. I'm giving myself a 9.4. I'm giving
Which-
Mark Jansen a 9.5.
Yeah, it's definitely in the nines. Like from the way that I handled everything that was thrown my way, to have that smile
Thank
throughout the
you.
entire time. I mean, it's
Thank you.
really hard to say anything bad about.
That's what
oh my
I've been
God.
saying. I've been saying that, Mark.
Okay. Well, regardless, so we start the episode, right? And we get a new ex.
Yes.
Billy was
Kara
lonely. Kara shows up.
was happy for Billy. Kara came.
What are we thinking?
Um, really I had no idea. I had no idea what was going on. Billy was very like, he wasn't saying too much about like which X was gonna come and how it was gonna go. So I had no idea.
So if he's being honest about the fact that he had just come out so soon to his family and knowing the situation and like the cameras and all that stuff, I could totally understand why, like, one, it's a weird situation to talk about so quickly. And two, on this show, I thought it was kind of boring a little bit because they don't even get made fun of because it's such a serious
It was
thing.
serious. Yeah, they saved all the cheap shots and low blows for me.
Yeah.
But I handled it like a
Mm.
champ.
They didn't give a ton of ammo to be made fun of either.
This is true.
You know what I mean? Like we're right now, what we're looking at is an absolute train wreck scenario on Mark and Elena with Aubrey on the date. She comes in, and so that's like there was a ton of info or ammo there to make fun of. And Gilles and Cameron are obviously a total joke. And then Anthony, now we've got Anthony and Gilles and Cameron, total joke. It's like Cara and Billy, what did they give us? How could we make fun of them?
Moving forward, you're in the hot tub.
Hot tub was sick.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was so hungover from the beach party. So the hot tub happened right after Kara came in the house or came on the beach.
So
Something
same
very
day.
important to mention. The hot tub at 5 p.m. was not a hot tub. That was a cold tub. It took 6 hours to heat up. And
Not a-
me, Mark, and Anthony sat in that hot tub for 9 hours
Got it.
as it
No.
went from realistically 65 degrees to 103.
It did not
So-
get that hot.
Yeah, it didn't.
It didn't. It went from
I was trying to give him a break.
it went from cold to warm. Not really important whatsoever. Really has nothing to do with the
No.
episode.
But you warmed it up. And
That's
then
behind the scenes, though.
That's behind the scenes.
We were in there, bro. We were in there.
So then everyone else joins you guys. Party starts. What didn't people see?
This is only a half-hour podcast.
Yeah,
so
there was
we're
so
gonna
much.
have to
Like,
give the cliff notes.
I know one. Like,
Oh,
Aubrey
you know
Michi,
one. Okay.
the-
Oh, the titty. Oh, the. I can't believe I forgot about this. The gluten-free nipples.
that's
don't know what that
that's where
means.
gluten free started. I still don't understand.
Yeah, those are gluten-free nipples.
No, it's gluten free titties. The whole thing's gluten free.
Yeah,
not-
we're not sure how
Yeah.
that happened. That did happen though. Oh yeah, Michi and Aubrey had some titty sucking going on. Didn't hate it.
So yeah, and then the camp thing. Obviously, he picked which ass, and
Which was
all the
just
make.
incredible material out of you. That's my ass.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, get the fuck away, man. That ass is for me in this house. Even though I didn't really act like that the whole time.
No. Not
Well, you know. You're
See,
intelligent.
I'm glad we have Marie here because Marie's like, I'm realizing she just is really likes Elena and she's team Elena all the way. And I think she's starting to be less and less team Mark because of how much team Elena she is.
It's not that I'm necessarily team Elena. I've obviously like met you. I've never met Elena before, but like if I was in that situation, first of all, I guess let's up there. You had sex with Elena, right?
Twice, yes.
I never had sex with Elena.
Okay, Devin. And then what is it? 3 weeks before this all started, you guys were together.
We were together 3 days before all this started.
Okay, even better, right? So you have to imagine that she's coming in this house with like some sort of like feeling that things are going to be okay. And then you sleep with her in the house.
Right. What's the question?
What's your point, Marie?
Marie, where are we going? No,
Land the plane.
The point is that
don't do the mixed signals thing.
it's
Don't
not
do
that I'm
the
Team Elena. I'm a team that like I get why the fuck she was so fucking
No, but
pissed off.
I did make it clear I'm not ready for a relationship right now. I couldn't do a relationship right now. If we're gonna have fun, let's have fun and enjoy it. But I'm not mentally, emotionally ready for a relationship right now.
Okay, well that wasn't clear to people that were watching it.
Right. So I've made that very clear because as it was clipped together, I'm such an asshole who doesn't talk to Elena, despite how many conversations I had. They didn't show any. They just showed me saying I'm done with this. No, I
He's
made it
doing it again.
as I'm smiling. See, Devin, I'm upset and like I have like all the emotions, but I'm smiling because it's a situation and I like to make the best out of it. But yes, I made it clear that I couldn't be in a relationship right now. Were there mixed emotions and mixed signals? Possibly. But it's not like I was leading her on to a relationship.
Wasn't.
You can't break up with someone after so long, come onto a show and like have like this little lingering thing before it and then think that she's not gonna like think there's some sort of like hope for this.
All right, well, let's clear this up. I walked in the shower because I wanted to bathe myself, and then I turned around,
clean himself up,
and she comes in. She seduced me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she's all naked and shit, and then
seductor.
Yeah, like she seduced me.
Okay, moving on. Okay.
Jansen, you're in deep shit at this point.
Why?
You're fucking because you're fucking your ex in the shower, and there was another ex that came after her, which was Cara, but there's no drama with Cara. There's all the drama with Elena. You had to be waiting for another ex to show up with some drama, and you want to know what, my man? You got it. Because Shannon comes out of that water
hot
like a whole snack.
Shannon came in hot.
Shannon comes in, she's fucking fire. She's just like heated up, looks great. Like
her
I
and
said
Gillette
before,
got into it.
She had the most exciting entrance thus far.
Mark, how happy were you to know that another ex was on their way?
I was just ready for it because I was going through so much with Elena and just all the drama, and I can't even figure out my own shit. So I at least want to enjoy somebody else's drama. And Billy and Cara were so private, I needed to enjoy somebody else's.
Oh, and we got it.
Yes, we did.
That's
hashtag the drink.
The drink.
But no. You're missing over a great part when Shannon's speaking to Anthony and he's not saying much as usual. And they did like the what
oh my God, that was one of the funniest moments.
That was so good.
Wait, the what?
I gave my heart. But she like wasn't actually crying, but she was like
staring.
And then he was like, "I'm sorry," and she was like, "Okay," and just like walked out.
Shannon was emotional.
Wait, I also love when she got to the house and like the first thing she said was like, "You guys want to take a shot?" I was like, "Okay."
Shannon had an entrance out of the beach. She had a great entrance into the house.
Yeah.
And then she had a lot of Hennessy and threw a drink in Anthony's face, which was
deserve it. Yeah, I feel the same way. We are at the Shack of Secrets.
Yes, I was honestly excited for the Shack of Secrets because I hate drama like in my daily life, but in I remember this, there's gonna be drama. Just bring it on. I was happy going down to the Shack of Secrets. I was very happy.
So Mark, you're gonna sit there. You're gonna sit there as a full-grown man and tell me that when a bottle came up and had a message in it, and Abrio Day read it and said, "Mark and Elena go down to the Shack of Secrets," you were excited?
You heard, yes, because if you were paying attention, I'm like, hopefully it's some shit on Elena. It wasn't. I was really hoping it'd be on Elena.
Well,
How does that make any sense?
it makes sense. Let me answer this one for you, Mark. It makes sense because as we learned in the episode, Mark didn't actually do anything wrong.
Okay, so
it makes sense why he's not worried to go down to the shack because he's got nothing to be exposed.
Thank you, Devin. Couldn't have said it better myself.
you guys are like fucking stepbrothers. It's so annoying.
All right.
Well, it's only fitting because this was the episode where it started.
And
Got it. So how did that start? Why don't you guys tell everyone?
Well, I'd like also just to say that I'm Will Ferrell.
I don't like the other guy.
You give me the Jansen, you're the other guy, bro.
No, I'm like Marky Mark in
Nah, bro, we don't know who that guy is, but we know he's you.
Who is that guy?
No one knows. No,
Yeah,
it's like
I like him
Dale.
sometimes, but
His
he's not
name-
Will Ferrell.
His name is Dale in the movie. We
Let's
don't
be
know
fair.
who he is.
I'm not Will Ferrell's biggest fan.
If you guys are watching this, comment on it in some capacity and tell us who that guy is. Back to the shack.
Yeah.
Once you hear that, Mark, once you start hearing the Tinder talk, you gotta know it's you, right?
I knew it was me right away. As soon as I heard Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, you knew.
Okay. What the fuck, Mark?
What do you mean? Didn't you watch the episode?
Devin, don't even do that because you even tweeted out something about the fact that like if you had just broken up with someone somewhat recently, like
He was being
that's
funny.
not cool. That's not
No, that was pure sarcasm, was it
Yeah.
not?
Well, I
Not.
was actually serious that if I end a relationship with someone, I expect at least 3 years of celibacy.
That's
true.
serious? Wait
What
for
the
me.
fuck are you guys talking about? 3 years?
Yeah.
Mark, wait for me.
You know what's
36,
great? I said it
36
about
month
you too in an interview.
minimum. Mark, 36-month minimum. Honestly,
Yeah.
become a nun. Become a nun. Or you never loved me.
Everybody's
Never
different.
Loves me.
Everybody's
No,
different.
I feel like a lot of people are on that page, Mark.
Yeah, it's a psychotic page to be on, but we're on
What?
it.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much that I could get into, and I really want to, but the bottom line is, I didn't handle the situation the best. I'll leave it like there, but like it's not just like black and white, like, oh, we broke up or didn't break up, or we were on a break and then I just hook up with another girl. Like, it's not that black and white. Like,
Mark, isn't that the entire point of the podcast?
yeah, but I mean, like, I did a
Bring
45
color to the black and white.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very rocky relationship. And we were on the down where I was just mentally checked out. And for me, because I have issues that I'm seeing a therapist about, like I talked about openly, because I'm not ashamed, is that I have a hard time moving on. So in my mind, I'm just like, if I wasn't talking to somebody else, I was going to be talking to her. So I'm a very reactive person. I'm trying to work on it.
I have a question. What is the best piece of advice your therapist gave you about that? Because I feel like a lot of people can relate with that.
Here's the thing, because I see multiple therapists. Therapists are very different. One's like, yes, it's human nature. If you're not with somebody else, go try to find somebody else. There's no timeline. There's no time frame, right or wrong. Just go.
Right, and some therapists say that you should be celibate for 3 years. I mean, it's just a difference of opinion.
Dr. Devin, yes. It's like it's just such like a situation where I never wanted it to happen like it did, and I just didn't know how to get out of the relationship, and I ended it, and I just wanted to move on. And whether it was ended properly or it was a break or a breakup, like whatever it was, I really don't want to get into that, especially when I'm here and she's not. It's really not much fun.
Is Elena going to be our first guest?
No, that's a hard no.
Well, that's a hard no.
Well, actually,
is Elena upset with you after last night's video?
Last night's video of what?
I mean, the episode, whatever.
This is that's just a whole thing. Like I'm trying to, I understand. Next question.
Okay.
I'm smiling right now if you can't see me because it's just.
Mary, I'm gonna take that.
I'm
as
so
a
emotional.
hard yes.
I'm so emotionally drained from all of this.
Ditto. I'm out here chain smoking cigarettes, drinking fucking one of our unofficial sponsors, Hobo Life.
Yeah,
Here,
I'm
this-
seriously
here,
getting
no,
an itch.
this is-
Like, can I relocate outside too?
This is the best. This is
Oh.
the best way for me to sum it up. Okay, this is the best way for me to sum it up. It's hard for me to explain all my actions, all her actions, all the like what ifs. Why'd I do this? Why'd she do that? But if roles were reversed and she was on a date with somebody else and she hooked up with somebody else right after, and I found out, like, I would be upset and I would be hurt. Like, so
Obviously.
I would be upset and I would be hurt. So
No one's blaming Elena. Honestly, I thought she was great TV.
Elena was hilarious.
she was very
Elena
funny.
was hilarious.
I'm actually very upset with the both of you for like not convincing them to send, I don't know, Anthony home first, considering Shannon was hot and also considering how great Elena would be for the show. I thought you guys knew better than
Yeah.
that.
I mean, honestly, at that point, I really didn't care. I had gotten to the bottom of it.
When it came to, well, let me put it right there, Marie. Like,
You
in
know?
the episodes, you see me struggling to who I want to send home, and in like my biggest thing was just respect me, and if we have an issue, we will talk about it, me and you. I don't want to like this.
The whole house blow up
this-
was what really sent Mark over the edge.
This isn't you like just. This isn't Big Brother where you can do whatever you want, and I'm just gonna be there and just be happy. Like, there's a lot of issues, and I don't need this shit. Like, I don't need to be. I don't want. I'm not gonna be disrespected by you. I don't want to be disrespected.
God damn it.
And so the big fight after the Shack of Secrets just put me over the edge. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, we just found out there's only 3 votes. Me and my man Billy have 2 of the 3 votes. And you're just going to blow up on me in front of the entire house?
Yeah.
Not smart.
What do you mean? Yeah, Marie.
Because
Not
people
smart.
have emotions. Like, get over it.
I would
Logan.
100% do everything
all. That's it.
differently.
That's it.
I grew from it. But as far as the show's concerned, her freaking out on me the night before eviction is not like, it's not.
Especially with the character assassination of labeling someone as a cheater.
That's
who
what I
wasn't
hate.
one.
You can also imagine that, like, I heard that there were a lot of fights that they didn't show, and like feeling like you're alone, and then not having the person that you expected to be there for you. You know what I'm saying?
Are you doing a little foreshadowing?
Foreshadowing.
That's actually a really good segue into really the apex of the show.
The friendship that started because of this episode. So up until the hot tub, I wasn't a fan of Devin. Me and Devin then we had a little conversation, warmed up to each other, still a little iffy because Devin's a very unique individual and I didn't really quite know him yet. And then we get to me coming up from the Shack of Secrets. And then I'm so pissed off after the fight that just happened with Elena. Elena goes up to talk with all the girls, and then Devin and Anthony go downstairs. And I'm like, does anybody want to? Because I didn't even get a chance to say my side in front of the house. I'm like, so is anybody going to listen to me? Like, this is crazy. So then Devin pulls Elena aside, and I'm about to lose my shit because I'm like, okay, Devin's going to go support Elena, and then he's going to say some bullshit to me. So he comes over with a drink, and he just looks at me, and he's like, Mark. And he's something along these lines. He's like, you're not a liar.
That's actually verbatim.
You're not a liar. And then we did a cheers. And then I'm like, okay, I like Devin. And then I'm just going to
Snowball on that.
just
Yeah.
fast forward to after the ceremony. And then I just come in and Devin turns into my biggest hype man ever, just talking about my smile. And
I've never seen an individual.
the rest is history.
And this is actually good because we've blocked out about 6 minutes for this earlier on in the podcast.
Are we on
There's a
time?
few things. Yeah, we have plenty of time. There's a few things. There's a few things we have to get to before this. Before my 6 minute monologue about how great Mark Jansen is. But after the Shack of Secrets, it was clear that someone was lying. And I deemed it my responsibility to figure out who that was.
But here's the thing. But
I didn't care. Honestly, at that point, I didn't care who it was.
the point
I
of
just
the
knew
matter is
someone
it's not about
was lying.
It's about they have different calendars, right? Like
It's about
like-
being a lion.
Oh my God, forget it. Do you guys want to finish this? Because I'm over it.
Marie, this is episode 2. Please stick it through
All right,
this one.
Mary, fine. Give us the female perspective.
The female perspective is that it doesn't count as a fucking like a date or a number if you broke up with her on a Sunday before Valentine's Day, which I don't know how many days that is, but how many days is that, numbers guy?
It's 4 days.
Yeah, it was
4
about
days.
4.
4 days, which I don't think was ever actually said, and I think that will change a lot of other people's opinions, is that 4 days.
There was a calendar on the episode. They literally drew arrows.
They did it. They did.
On Valentine's Day. On Valentine's Day.
No, it was the day before Valentine's Day, Marie.
And for the record,
Regardless.
Valentine's Day is a Hallmark holiday that's been created by the fucking Matt,
Oh my God.
the powers to be, to trap us. And so I actually give Mark credit. A couple other things that I do want to get to is Gilles acting like Anthony did anything mean to her. When it was just so obviously a Gilles-based relationship where he probably was like, yeah, cool, like, you're cool. And she was like, I love you. And then, did he really cheat on her? I don't fucking know. Did he cheat on Shannon? 100,000%. No doubt. Did Gilles even really care about Anthony? And if she did, was it justified? I don't think so.
I never really got the full backstory with those two.
It didn't seem like it. So that one was kind of out the window. And then the other one is Billy and Cara, and they step up, and I'm thinking, I'm watching the show inside. I'm eating my popcorn, and I'm thinking, this is going to be some of the worst television I have ever laid eyes on. And like a phoenix from the ashes, Mark Jansen, dressed to the nines, put in a precarious situation.
It's so funny. I can just see Mark right now, like, staring at you on the computer screen with, like, just a huge
biggest smile.
Like, oh my God.
Ray, don't be jealous. I smile at you too when you talk sometimes.
Never.
Put in just an absolute horrid scenario. Ends up pulling out the Michael Jordan in the flu game. We're talking about Tom Brady down 28-3 in Atlanta.
Oh,
we are talking comeback city. This man was buried. And for 45 minutes, he got grilled by Romeo and handled himself with class and a smile like I have never seen delivered on any stage. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the moment that I knew Mark Jansen was for real. That was it. Because he wasn't a liar. He did have a great smile. And
There's
he came
a difference
correct.
between lying and lying.
Marie, I handled the
There
situation.
is.
Marie, I handled the situation poorly. That was a great episode. Free Mark. Hashtag free Mark.
The podcast is wrapped up. It is time now for episode 2's Amateur Hour Award.
So last week I bit the bullet.
Thought about this. Yeah, last
week I took it like a man.
Yep. Mark voted for himself in a ridiculous turn of events.
I'm very convincing when I want to be.
I again am gonna vote for Anthony.
I'm gonna co-sign.
I'm voting for him again. He got a drink thrown in his face. This whole situation blew up.
He just doesn't say much. Has he said a full sentence?
Right in his grill. He just kind of took it and smiled. He's wearing a bubble coat in the middle of Malibu. I just don't see how he's not getting the amateur half hour award of the week.
Oh, and I
well,
vaguely.
He already got it. It's 2 against.
It's 2, yeah. So I don't even need to cast my vote. I vaguely.
No, you do. You do.
I vaguely remember our confession together, me and him, right after he got his drink thrown in his face, and
he have my back.
And I was honest with him.
You were.
Which I'm funny.
I feel like he was not expecting you to say that.
No, he wasn't. I was just gone, and I was so pissed off from everything else. I'm a very honest man. He just looked like he was just beaten, like just defeated. He was just defeated after that drink was thrown in his face.
That was pretty much it for him.
Yeah. It doesn't get much better.
Listen, Shannon won the episode straight up. Like, there was no
Yeah, no, you're right.
Did you not see my smile?
Shannon won the episode because of the way that the episode was shown. Mark won that episode from if boots on the ground standpoint, but you are right that the news version of the episode definitely went to Shannon, and there's no
Boots
doubt
on
in
the
that.
ground.
I just completely disagree. I think it goes to my smile regardless of boots on the ground or boots in the air or boots on the grass,
I
whatever
mean,
the hell it is.
we had our hot. Let's just tally these based on what we saw. We had the hottest entrance we've seen yet. We had a full-on Hennessy in someone's face that was wearing a bubble coat in fucking summer.
That was good.
And then we had a Telemundo moment where she was crying and then just immediately shut it off and went and took shots.
Yeah.
That's tough to beat.
I was in the shack.
I don't know.
What do you mean? I was in the shack of
Oh,
secrets,
the shack of
and I kept a
secrets.
smile on my face the entire time, and I was very charming.
Yeah,
Then I had to cut my ex again, very
Mark
charming,
showing his ass
another
in the
smile.
hot tub, and
So-
then going to the shack of secrets, being proven to not be a liar, and then smiling all the way through an elimination ceremony where he sent home his ex. Those are honestly, we can give split awards. We can split the award.
I'm
No, you
not-
can't split the award.
I'm not happy with this.
The
I'm
girls
not
have
happy.
been running the
Mark
show
votes
thus
for
far.
himself.
I'm not happy with the
Votes
split.
For Shannon, I split. I
I
split.
voted for Shannon.
Well, I voted for Mark.
Well, then
In my
you're
vote-
still beat.
Nope, my
Huh?
vote is for Shannon and Mark. Hashtag Daddy Yankees Lounge.
I honestly hate that fucking shirt that you're wearing.
Thank you for tuning in to the Amateur Half Hour Podcast, starring Mark Jansen, Marie Rhoda, and yours truly, Devin Walker, the stars of X on the Beach, Season 3. This has been your Episode 2 recap. We appreciate you. It's been brought to you by a bunch of things that didn't actually bring it to you. We'll be seeing you next time.
That's a great outro. I love it.
I fucking hate both of you.